10 more years of Apex Legends, guys. Titanfall 3 is right around the corner after, 10 years of Apex? What's up? We got to dive into EA on their latest investor earnings call. And they talked about the good old Titanfall franchise. They're not going to forget about it, but right now they're trying to keep the team hyper-focused on Apex Legends. Why did I say it so weird? I don't know. I'm cutting this video much later at night than I normally do. So, maybe my brain is just fried eggs and cheese. This is your brain on Titanfall. This is your brain on Apex. See the difference. So me and the crew, we hopped on Titanfall 2 on PC last week, and dude, had some great games. Very surprising to me. Normally when I go on PC, I get dunked on. There's great players on all platforms, and the player base for Titanfall 2 on any of the remaining, PS4, X1, PC, they're all really good players. And to my surprise, we had some sick matches. This is a really cool attrition comeback match to throw here in the background. Now, yeah, what I was saying at the beginning of this video, EA, in their quarterly earnings call, said that it hasn't forgotten about the Titanfall franchise. They do note that nothing is currently in the pipeline. The dream of one day seeing a Titanfall 3, though, it's not yet dead. And I quote, "We really want to keep the team hyper-focused on Apex Legends because we see there's so much opportunity there. So I can't give you a sense of if and when Titanfall 3 will come. But it's still a great brand, and we certainly won't forget about it down the road," Blake Jorgensen said on the earnings call. It gets better, ladies and gentlemen, because EA seems that they're very happy with Apex to the point where, and I quote, "We view Apex Legends as an annual shooter franchise, effectively, and we're trying to build that as a 10-year business. We're very excited about the roadmap that Respawn has put in place," EA expressed with interest. So, a 10-year game plan for Apex Legends, and Titanfall 3 remaining off in the distance. I'm just gonna say it, I think it's probably gonna title the video, Apex Legends cannot replace Titanfall, man. And I think there's a lot of Titanfall fans that are just in limbo. I'm no stranger to playing less populated games. This channel started with Halo 3 and Halo Reach, and in fact, one of my earliest streams was on, I can't remember if it was Justin TV at the time or if it was Twitch TV, but it was Repopulate Halo 3 Day. So I am very familiar with games that have a really, really dedicated fan base, but whose audience has shrunk dramatically. And that's the case with Titanfall, man. I love Apex, dude. I put time into Apex more than any other FPS right now. It's like the game that my circle of friends hops on to play. However, when I look at this gameplay, when I play Titanfall 2, I love this. This, to me, there's no competition between the two. And a battle royale, Apex Legends, it's a great VR, but it's no substitute, man, for Titanfall 2. I seriously think this is my favorite FPS title in the last, I want to say 10 years. I almost want to say since Halo 3. This is my favorite multiplayer FPS. It's got a great campaign. Talked about it for forever. I think if you guys are watching this, you probably already know. Love this game. The freedom of movement that it gives you when you get to see this thing in action. When you get to see some good players. Earlier, there was a guy who did this 180 Kraber snapshot on me while he's floating in mid-air. I mean, this game had a freedom of expression that a lot of modern FPS games don't give space to players to have. If anybody played back in 2011, 2012, 2013, you remember the montage era where certain players would have such unique and distinct styles. And Titanfall is still one of those series that lets players express themselves in a super unique way. Apex has that, but it's to a different degree. I think FPS games that have a ridiculous skill ceiling when it comes to freedom of movement, so long as it's not insane, is always going to have massive potential within it. If you are skilled at traversing the map and there's a wide variety of options in the sandbox for you to use, styles of players become their own thing. And that's where it's really fun to watch people. And Respawn managed to make not only the pilot combat fun, but the Titan combat really fun, to where I honestly thought that this was the direction FPS games in a multiplayer sense were going to be moving. I thought Titanfall was the one who was going to be okay, we took the blueprint, now we've made multiple states of multiplayer tempo. What would you call it? Tempo changes or whatever, where you hop into your Titan and the match changes. Attrition is all about that opening pilot v pilot, then Titan versus Titan, and then it sort of divulges into just chaotic kind of pilot versus Titans versus other Titans, you know what I mean? And I thought that was the direction that most shooters were going to go. Lo and behold, BRs get super duper popular, and I have no doubt Apex Legends is going to be able to pull the rabbit out of the hat for another year or two and remain a crispy, awesome battle royale game. But 10 years? 10 years? I wish you nothing but success, Respawn, but who knows where the gaming industry is going to be in 5 years from now. I can't help but feeling with the whole Battle Royale thing that it's a little bit reminiscent of League of Legends and when MOBAs blew up. League came out, I mean, Dota 2 was the king, let's face it, Dota's been the king for forever, but when League came out, it seemed like that was the trigger point for every other developer to go, oh, we've got to have a MOBA as well. And you saw so many failed MOBA projects because everybody was hopping on the bandwagon too late. Apex came swinging, innovated, and is not one of the copycats that I think is going to fail. It's going to be around for a while. So then what can you do in the meantime? Well, Titanfall 2 is not dead on any of the platforms. Yeah, you can go and get matches of attrition on X1, PS4, and PC. I would say PC is always going to be your toughest to get some of the different game types, like Pilot v Pilot is my favorite game type in all of Titanfall 2, and there's oftentimes I don't maybe have the patience to search 4 or 5 minutes for a match of that on PC. But the game is not dead by any stretch of the imagination. I do believe that games have changed, at least our perception of games have changed because of Twitch and because of live service models, that if the game isn't sitting in like a top 30 position on Twitch, maybe it's even top 12 on Twitch, it's considered dead and it's not happening, right? Same thing with live service games. If there isn't like 15,000 plus people on concurrently, I think there's this sort of sense that, oh, dead game. And I don't remember that being the case prior to 4 or 5 years ago. Like, honestly, I think this is a new thing in the last 4 or 5 years where people would just play games that they thought were fun, regardless of the population size. As long as you could get in there and find a match, maybe with a group of new people, maybe it's not the same 12 people all night long, then it was fine. You just go out and you would do that. But now it's about, you know, the views, the audience, all that jazz. Whatever it may be, man, Titanfall 2 is just one of those games that if you haven't picked it up yet, check it out, celebrate it. And do you think Titanfall 3 is going to happen prior to 2021? Because the next Battlefield is a lot further than I thought. Honestly, I had expected Battlefield 6 to be here sooner than what they're saying. And it seems like these live service models, akin to maybe, I wonder if Titanfall could go like the Overwatch route. Titanfall 2 was built during the time where EA didn't own Respawn yet, and it's very clearly not a live service game, right? You want a skin, you buy the skin pack that contains the skin. There weren't loot boxes, which were in vogue at the time. There's not a battle pass. There's not really a way for them to monetize this game season to season the way that seems to be the future. And what I'm kind of curious to see is, in 5 years or 10 years, like they say with this, battle passes are probably not going to be like the hip way to monetize games. There's going to be some new way to monetize games that everybody else adopts. And I think we're in that season right now, or that time where every single developer's like, yep, we're going to do that live service battle pass season thing model because that's what the gamers expect and that's what they like. Anyway, I just thought I'd share with you guys. I know I'm 2 weeks late to that news, but EA won't forget about Titanfall, which is encouraging. It's just that Apex is churning a heck of a lot more money, and that's where they're going to keep the focus of the team. I understand that, but get out there and play some Titanfall 2, you guys. Celebrate this great game, and hope you get some matches in. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel for more. Hit the alarm bell so you don't miss the next upload. Big thanks to the support on the channel as of late. Follow me over on Twitter at BBKDRAGOON. Good luck out there, and I will see you again next time.